upside down. Hey, Roger, how you doing down there?
I am doing fantastic.
And you know why? Because he's on the Teeter FitSpine. This is the X3 model. My name is Sarah Anderson. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. And we're gonna do some serious hanging right here in our studio. We have their #1 all-time most popular fitness brand here in the studio. In fact, this is our #1 running fitness product and longest running fitness product we've ever had here at HSN. Over 20 years running. 2.5 million have been spoken for here at HSN. And if you have a Teeter story, if you own a Teeter, if you have one of these inversion tables, gosh, we would love to hear from you. Call us on our testimonial line. We'll put you on during the show because we get to spend the next hour together finding out about the benefits of inversion. And I will tell you, from the hundreds of you that have written reviews online and from the hundreds of you that have called in, we know this is working. If you suffer from back pain, this is gonna be a perfect experience for you. But I wanna talk a little bit about our offer because it is very limited. The best time to shop for Teeter FitSpine inversion table is right here today at HSN. Why? We are gonna give you $120 off our regular price. We're gonna give you those flex pay. In fact, we've expanded it to 6 interest-free monthly payments. You have the next 6 months to pay this off interest-free. We've reduced the shipping and handling to get this really easily home for you. And most importantly, you're getting the only inversion table that is an FDA-cleared Class 1 medical device. In addition to that, it's also 85% assembled. It's UL listed. That means it meets the highest standards when it comes to safety and certification. It also is going to give you incredible benefits and the longest warranty in the business. This is a 5-year warranty. It has the most upgrades. It has all the features. And Roger Teeter is here. He is the creator and he is the co-founder. And Roger Teeter is here with his lovely daughter, Riley, who's the vice president. She's also hanging around with us. I believe it's Jamie. Jamie's also getting a great little relief from spinal pressure because this is the machine that maybe you've seen in a doctor's office. Maybe you've seen it at a physical therapist office. Maybe you've tried to get the benefits at a massage table. Now you have the complete control and ability to do it at home.
And this is, as you point out, one you'd find at the clinic. This has the Easy Reach handle, which was designed for clinical purposes. And even though that's one of our top upgrades, it's not the only one by a long shot. In fact, this all new table for 2019, the X3, has a new look, new colors, and a completely new bed design. You know, we pay very much attention. We've upgraded this table over 100 times since we've been on HSN, mostly listening to you. And most recently, you said, well, if you check, you see we're practically all 5 stars. But occasionally somebody's gonna say, you know, I just wish it was more comfortable. Well, you need a hard, smooth surface in the sense that the most important thing about the use of a Teeter is decompression. While your feet are clamped, your body has to be able to slide as it elongates, so you can't put foam on it. Well, what we did was a complete re-engineering job. I love this part of it because I'm an engineer. Okay.
It's all right. You can brag a little, Roger.
Well, actually, it's Chris, Riley's husband, that actually did the engineering on it. But this bed is lifted off. See, we lifted the bed off the frame and supported on 8 suspension points, so it's a floating bed. And when I say floating, when you sit on it, you will sink into it an inch and a half, and not just is it comfortable to sit on, but it rotates with you. Look at the flexibility. So it's a floating bed, and that is a huge upgrade. It's why we had to change colors, appearance, and the name. Okay,
well,
Easy Reach.
Yeah, go ahead. Easy Reach handle.
Easy Reach handle. We have the ComfortDial foot platform. These are small shoes, big shoes. These ankle, supports. These are 3 years of different sets of tooling. We've got a hard backing, which gives you security, and then almost an inch of foam that it makes it super comfortable. This is your height in inches and centimeters is on here from 4'8" to 6'6", 300-pound capacity. We also have the lumbar bridge that comes with it, and you can position that in any one of these locations. But I like to put it at kind of on the low side. And as Roddy says, when you have it low like this, it's kind of a butt bump. You know? Well, it kind of grabs your butt and squares your hips. Now, that is so important. I want you to think about that, because first thing a chiropractor does is square your hips before he starts to look at any adjustments. So this squares your hips for you. The acupressure nodes, there's 8 of them. 2 of each of 4 sizes, and they can go anywhere on all of these various slots. A little wing nut, so you can lock it securely in place. And these are your thumbs. When you've got that knot in your back, and you just wish somebody could push on that knot and you get some relief. Well, these are you can find the right spot so that these, and the right height one to push on that knot. Also, traction handles, my favorite upgrade. I'll demonstrate these, but it's a way to increase your decompression. You can go to a very shallow angle and then use muscle arm power to further elongate your body as though you were in full inversion.
Well, let's talk about what this has meant to so many of our viewers, and that means incredible relief from back pain. And take us through this incredible registration. This is an FDA cleared medical device. And what does that mean?
It's an FDA cleared Class 1 medical device. You know, we've been working with FDA for 30 years. We sent them all kinds of studies and information and claims. Well, finally, late to the party 2 years ago, but oh so welcome, they gave us a letter and said Teeter is a Class 1 medical device, and Teeter is indicated for the following back problems, some of them quite serious. A herniated disc, that's a big deal. Degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasms, and that's only half of them. There's, back pain, sciatica, which is a pinched nerve, spinal degenerative joint disease, that's the same as osteoarthritis, spinal curvature due to tight muscles, muscle tension. Those 10 different things are caused by different problems in a lot of cases. Right. But Teeter deals with all 10 because it relieves back pain 4 different ways. The biggest one is decompression. When you invert and relax, you will elongate 1 to 2 inches. And that means if you got a pinched nerve, a misalignment, it will naturally take the pressure off the nerve. Less pressure is less pain. First of all, those relaxed muscles, you can see on the tension. When those muscles relax, your body's going to elongate. You can see the spine straightening there. Yeah. But here's the bigger deal. If you got a pinched nerve, misalignment, take the pressure off. Less pressure is less pain. It's absolutely common sense, but relief 4 different ways. The 4th way is that it encourages rehydration of the discs. The discs are constantly changing their fluid content. That's why your height changes daily. You're gonna hear more about this, but we all lose like ½ an inch of height during the day. That's why your pants get tighter in the afternoon. It's not lunch.
It's not lunch. Oh.
No, and you get in the car to drive home and you adjust the rearview mirror down because you're shorter.
Interesting. Yeah. So you invented this incredible brand, this incredible version of inversion tables back in 1981. I want everyone to know the incredible, illustrious history you've had with this brand and as the co-founder. And you did this after you were injured, right?
Well,
you had a back injury?
My back. I injured my back 40 years ago. When I say injured, on worst days, I couldn't even get out of bed. I had to roll onto the floor, crawl hands and knees into the shower to get hot water in my back just to be able to stand up. I tried everything to get relief. Nothing really worked until I found inversion. The relief I got was temporary, but it lasted longer and it was more effective than anything else I tried. And by doing that on a regular basis, I've been virtually pain-free for the last 37 years. At that time it was boots.
Nothing's gonna stop Roger. In fact, he's still incredibly active. We have a little secret video. And this is Roger, by the way. It's not his son, it's not his grandson. This is Roger water skiing, golfing, having fun with the kids.
Teaching him to water
life.
ski, teaching him to snow ski. I mean, that's what retirement ought to be. But that's recreational skiing. I'm back in the slalom course, which if you know what that is, running buoys, it's a lot harder to do.
Wow.
And teaching my kids to do that.
Well, you got to teach.
It's so precious.
It is. It's so precious. And if you're missing out on activities, if you're missing out on fun time with your family and your friends, this might be the perfect opportunity for you to consider this incredible inversion table. There's a couple reasons why I want you to place your order as soon as you can. You can do that by going online to hsn.com, or you can give us a call. There's a phone number right at the bottom of your screen. And then here's your item number. It's right there at the top of your screen. It will say 634808. And that's the only item number you need. And we're going to do something today that you cannot find. When Teeter is not here at HSN, you're going to spend $120 more. When they're in our studios, we have, of course, this incredible show special, $120 off retail. We also are giving you the maximum amount of flex pay. So we extended this to 6 flex pay. That means you can get it home for less than $55 a month. For more than 20 years on HSN, they've become our #1 trusted fitness brand. This is their #1 product. I want you to take the opportunity to place your order. Get it home today. If you suffer from any of those conditions, this could give you that temporary relief that you're looking for. I've got a wonderful testimonial I want to share from a doctor.
Yes.
And you can find out what the experts are saying about inversion therapy. Check it out.
So when you decompress, there is a lengthening of the spine. And by doing so, with a greater disc height, you've got more room for the nerves. There's less compression with the facet joints. And the spine is just much happier.
For the past 53 years, I've been a neurosurgeon with a major interest in chronic pain and dealing with many patients with back pain. Most patients tell me if they use their Teeter inversion table on a regular basis, they simply feel much better. No one has to do anything to you, and I think it's a very natural way to deal with the problem.
Yeah, I am so honored to have world-renowned doctors actually giving us testimonies. Donlin Long has been 35 years the head of neurosurgery in one of the largest universities in the United States. Okay, but I wanted to get spiny out here because it's so important that you understand the mechanics involved. You know, all of the communication of the brain goes through the spinal column and goes out. There's 2 nerves for every disc, and goes out and controls every function in the body. Now, if one of these nerves is pinched, you know, if it's down you might be the nerve that goes down your leg, you're gonna feel pain, or in the shoulder. Or if it's a nerve that's going to one of the organs, you may not feel anything, but it is a problem. But, and when these discs control the size of the opening that the nerves come through. So a thin disc, a degenerative disc, or a disc that's just misaligned can mean a pinched nerve. And that's sciatica if it's down your leg. That's a big deal. You know, these discs are fluid-filled shock absorbers, and they're constantly changing their fluid content. And by inverting on a regular basis, you can revitalize them, help them to rehydrate. They will rehydrate to a degree while you're sleeping overnight. But when you decompress to at or near 0 pressure, you're going to get a lot faster acceleration in the rehydration. And that exercising of elasticity and unloading, that keeps them supple and less likely to be torn. So even if you don't have back pain, this is a way to keep your spine healthy. You know, when you wouldn't wait for wrinkles to really show up before you decide you're gonna take care of your skin.
Oh no.
It's a maintenance program. Don't wait for the back pain.
That's true.
In order to start a maintenance program. And you're gonna see lots of benefits because you're gonna have better posture. You know, when you invert, your head's on top of your shoulders, you know, you're in good posture.
Sure.
You move freely because you've got more joint flexibility and rotation, so you move young.
Yeah.
You know, you give away your age by how you move.
True.
That's true.
Well, let me ask you this, just to play devil's advocate. I mean, can't I get that kind of relief just by stretching, or maybe, you know, lying on a massage table, or can I get that kind of relief just by doing some twists?
Well, you can help get some freedom of movement, that's true. But nothing, all of these activities, whether it's Pilates or anaerobic, aerobic, stretching, yoga, any of these, they don't decompress the spine. Even when you're upside down in a yoga position, your spine's still being compressed. You know, clamp your ankles and then hang upside down, and then your body will elongate. Nothing, no other activity.
Because you have to
elongates
defy
the body.
gravity to get that relief. And let me just put up this list. Again, this is an FDA cleared medical device that has been indicated for use for these particular conditions. If you know anyone, if you or someone you love experiences back pain, sciatica, spinal degeneration, joint disease, spinal curvature due to tight muscles, muscle tension, herniated disc, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, or muscle spasm. If you or anyone you love has been challenged with any one of those conditions, I know how crucial it is to find relief. And I know how detrimental it can be when you can't find the right relief and you say, you know what, I don't feel like doing that today, or I don't have my usual energy, or I feel like I can't move, I can't be as active, I can't be as involved in all of my favorite life's activities because of those conditions. This is the perfect time for you to try an inversion table. And the best part is, you don't have to go to a doctor's office. You don't have to make an appointment. You don't have to pay $100 or $150 a visit. You don't have to think, oh, does my insurance cover this or not? You can do this at home. And how often would we do it to get results?
You really need to do it for maintenance reasons at least once a day.
Once a day.
Now,
and how long would you be on?
3 to 5 minutes, and you don't need to go to full inversion. You do not.
3 to 5 minutes once a day.
Right now, if you've got herniated discs or something that's on the more extreme side of those 10 things that FDA Teeter is indicated for, you want to maybe invert 2 or 3 times. In order to, encourage that realignment and that decompression. But you do, and you probably are going to want to go to a little more angle because of those problems. But you don't actually have to go to more angle because you have the traction handles. In fact, why don't I just go ahead and demonstrate everything very quickly.
Sure, why don't you show us how it works? How do you get on it?
If you have a storage space issue, it is so easy to put it into a storage position and in and out in a couple of seconds. It's adjustable from 4'8" to 6'6".
Nice.
I'm going to.
Is there a weight limit?
Yes, 300 pounds. And that's with a 400% safety factor. Teeter's the only brand that is UL safety certified to meet the very tough specification Underwriters Laboratory wrote. Okay, again, other features. This is the adjustable foot platform, small shoes, big shoes, soft foot clamps, easy reach handle. That is an upgrade that we did for clinical use, and it's easy to use. So there's a 3-step thing. You've got the steps right here. Set the height. We've done that. Then you would set the preset angle strap. I'm going to set it here, and that's going to stop me at that angle, or whatever angle you're comfortable with.
Okay, so you could start out at a very
shallow angle
and then slowly get more and more inverted as you get comfortable?
Right. The more the angle, the more the stretch. That's true. But for example, you don't need to go beyond this angle to get all the benefits of inversion, especially if you use the traction handles, in the sense that I can now use arm power and actually push on these handles and actually elongate my body as though I was, at a greater angle, and
you just relax for a few minutes.
Yeah, and it's
you don't have to do anything once you get down there.
No,
right?
This is all gain, no pain. This is the quiet side of fitness. It's always a little tricky doing this when you're on it. Take the tether strap off.
And then
you are in total control. This table is moving solely on the weight of one arm. If that seems like that's so responsive, you're not so sure about that, well, that's what these oversized handles are for, because they're like training handles on a bicycle. You could just walk yourself back and forth, but you'll find you have such control. If I was going to pick an angle I'd like you to shoot for, take all your time. It's this angle. There's a grip here. You'll know you're there, and in fact, you can use that grip to stretch and actually pull to further decompress your body, as well as use the traction handles.
Wow.
All right, full inversion, you don't need to go here. But believe it or not, half of regular invertees do go to full inversion because it just becomes you're as comfortable as sitting at your desk once you get really used to it. And you have this flexible body. You've got a new elongated body, and you can do all these stretches that you haven't done. you know, when you're...
And there's no pressure on your spine down there.
None. No loads on any joints. In fact,
Look at
it's decompressing
your
ankles, knees, hips,
you're
all.
realigning your spine and joint, and then you're, again, rehydrating your discs. I want to share some testimonials, and maybe some of their stories will speak to you. And if you have had somebody who has tried the Teeter inversion table here at HSN, or you yourself have, would you give us a call? I want you to be our next testimonial. I want to hear your story. This is changing lives every single day. Make the phone call today, and maybe this could be yours. Check out what Horace has to say.
I was always an active person. I've always been physical. To have that come to a screeching halt was something I really couldn't live with. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, I was totally a grumpy old man. When I got my Teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face. If I was face to face with Roger Teeter, I would cry like a baby because what he gave me was my life back. And I thank him. I thank him for that.
You can just tell me in person.
Oh, God. Thank you, sir. I didn't know you were going to be here.
I love my job, and it's because of testimonies like yours. I wrecked my back, and inversion changed my life. This is not a gimmick. We're not just selling product. We're selling a changed lifestyle.
Yes.
So many people have written off their ability to move freely because of old age. No, it's the long-term effects of gravity combined with lifestyle, posture, and a whole lot of other things. Teeter's a way to fight back against that.
I can't thank you enough.
I don't want to go through life being less and less of myself. I want to be able to do everything and anything that I want to do. The first time that I laid on the Teeter, I got on there, locked my ankles in, laid back, and it was just a relief. I knew it was going to work for me. It's beautifully engineered. It doesn't take up very much space in your house. It's very easy to schedule it into your life. You lay down, you relax, you can meditate for a few minutes, you get off, and you're a new person. The biggest difference the Teeter table has made in my life is that I have physical freedom. I'm probably really boring because when anyone complains to me about their back, I say, well, have you tried a Teeter table? It helped me so much you have no idea.
I really love it. I do. You know, and there's even an emotional element to it. You know, when you come up, I mean, Colleen inverts every day for 20 years.
Colleen Lopez, our host here at HSN.
You know, every time I come up, I feel like I just had a facial. You know, it's kind of a tingly feeling. You're standing tall. You're feeling good. You're re-energized. That extra blood to the head kind of is like 2 cups of coffee without the caffeine. Great way to wake up.
Well, I know Guy uses his, and Guy's had some back injuries in the past. This has really helped out Guy Yvonne. I think Bobby Ray has one. She and her husband both use this. Andrew Lessman also, of course.
He's been inverting 20 years.
Really?
20 years, yeah.
20 years here at HSN, and this is the best time to place your order. I just want you to know, in case you're just tuning in and you're thinking about maybe doing a Teeter inversion table, the best time to order is when they're here in our studio. You get $120 off the price. So as soon as they leave, it goes back up $120. We also have the monthly payments. So you can do this on your major credit card of choice, your Visa, your MasterCard, American Express, and then you just make monthly payments, interest-free over the next 6 months. And that way you can get it home for less than $55. We ship it to you right away. It's like 85% assembled. We even reduce the shipping and handling. And then you continue to make those incredible flex payments. So that way you own the Teeter inversion table. You own it outright. So take advantage of this offer. I invite you to place your order online. You can go to hsn.com and type in this item number. You can also go to the app. We have an HSN app. It's super easy to sort of watch and shop our shows at the same time. But this is the only inversion table that is FDA registered as a Class 1 medical device. This is the only inversion table that is also 85% assembled assembled that is also UL listed for the strongest and highest safety standards. And it also has the longest warranty in the industry at 5 years. So it's everything you want. All those great extra features and upgrades, they don't apply to any other inversion table out there. And all you need is 3 to 5 minutes a day, and you're on the way to feeling great. We've got a great little study I want to share with everyone. And this also can explain what kind of pressure we put on our spine every day. If you're new to what inversion can do for you, explain this great little animation to everyone.
Yeah, this was done by Dr. Nackimson at Gothenburg University in Sweden a number of years ago. It's in a lot of textbooks. Did you see that bright light? I hope you caught that. That's the location of a surgically implanted pressure sensor. And there were a lot of different people in the program, but each individual person's reading standing was set at a baseline of 100%. You see that 100% up, and then different body positions. Bend over doubles, but you knew that. You have to be careful bending over. Did you know that? 50% higher load in good posture. And are you ready for the recipe for back pain? There it is, 250% higher load. You've taken the loads off your muscles, and you think you've taken, I'm gonna sit down and take a load off. That's your muscles, your back, 2.5 times the load sitting in poor posture. Also, another surprise, 25% of standing body pressure goes to bed with you. You know, because it's not caused by gravity, it's caused by the construction of the spine, hundreds of ligaments, 140 muscles, and they stabilize the spine and hold it in background compression like a lot of rubber bands. And those rubber bands are very strong. In order to get that decompression, where you elongate the body and realign it, you know, you've got to pull a lot of traction in order to overcome those rubber bands and ligaments and muscles that encase the spine.
And the only way to get that relief is to go upside down. I think that's interesting that when you're sitting like this, that's probably the worst thing we can do for our spine. 250%?
250% higher loads than standing.
Higher load than standing. So it's actually better to stand than it is to sit down and hunch over.
As far as your back's concerned.
And how many hours are we sitting like that as Americans?
I mean, in front of computers, driving, desks. I mean, you want the recipe for back pain, that's it. Too much sitting.
My producer says he's doing that right now in the control room. You know, we're hunching over our computers. We're looking at our little cell phones, our little screens. This is the difference.
Right, and especially, you know, on your neck, you're always looking forward. You know, so it's almost worse for your neck than what the loads are suggested from that Nackimson study, which deals with the lumbar.
Hey, maybe I'll get on it.
All right.
What do you say? I mean, I can't let you guys have all the fun. All right. So I want to find out how easy it is. Let's talk about right when it gets delivered out of the box. What your
let's do that, because people say, oh, all right, 85% assembled. You really mean that? Oh, yes, I do. This part fully assembled out of the box, everything 100%. You want to hold that?
I sure can.
All right, and the bed frame as well, fully assembled out of the box. Yes, you have these hinges you have to put on, but they just snap in. And by the way, they give you an extra adjustment. It's kind of a one-time thing. This depends, the settings here, these 3 settings control how responsive the table is. I've got it in the middle setting at the moment. If you were lightweight, you know, around 120 pounds or, you know, 150, you might want to use the top hole. It's more responsive. If you're up close to 300 pounds, you use the bottom hole. It slows the machine down. So you put it in, locks. Now, you got another hand?
I sure do.
Okay, A-frame also
You're making
virtually
this so easy.
assembled in the sense the spreader arms are on, the strap that presets your angle is on, all 4 feet are on. The only thing you really have to assemble are these upgraded handles. There's 3 machine screws, 1 bolt. There's also 2 bolts related to packing, just packing. You'll understand that. Those are easy ones. And I want you to see how this goes. See how this snap, snap.
Wow.
And then
completely done.
Main shaft. You'll spend more time getting out of the box.
Yeah,
you really will.
The packing material.
It's kind of astronomical packing, but we're trying to. I mean, this is a piece of art.
It's a serious machine.
It's a piece of art.
FDA cleared medical device.
Change your height.
I got to change
your height?
I'm about 5'5", 5'6".
Okay, we'll try 5'5". And I'm going to put the.
Any special shoes or clothes you have to wear?
I think some shoes that are secured to your feet as opposed to slippers or something like that. So you want shoes that lace-up shoes would be ideal.
Right, no high heels. Okay.
Now I'm going to let you do it. Now you don't have to push the button now. Just pull it towards yourself.
Okay.
You hear that micro adjustment?
Yeah.
You don't even need to make it real. Now I'm going to hold the bed.
Okay.
And oh, hey, you know, you got mic packs on.
I know.
Let's take this thing off. That's,
Oh, okay.
You lean up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be a heck of a lot more comfortable with out those mic
Most of you
things
will
on.
not be wearing microphone packages on the back. Oh, I just lean back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now just rest one arm, then the other arm. You might wiggle back a little bit. And see.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow, that feels so awesome. I can actually feel myself stretching out on the table, like
Yeah,
I'm
no.
getting longer.
Yeah, I mean, if you relax, your feet are clamping, you can actually feel your head slowly going down the table. Pretty strange. And
This feels so good.
remember we were talking about the fact that during the day you lose height and that you bulge out in the center, your waistline gets bigger. When you get longer, your waistline gets smaller. So
This is the smallest my waist is ever going to be. It's right here.
but what's going on to decompression?
Yeah, what's happening while I'm down there?
She's getting every joint, weight-bearing joint in her body is being decompressed. Listen to this. It's progressive decompression. Every one is being decompressed by the same weight that it normally has to carry. There's no other way to do that except clamping by the ankles. Again, as she relaxes, those tense shoulder muscles, they let go. And as the muscles relax, your body's going to elongate. 1 to 2 inches, that's a real number, that's not an exaggeration. Spine straightens out. Look at decompression. You have a pinched nerve, that's sciatica. You have a misalignment. When you decompress it, the misalignment's going to want to realign, and you're certainly taking the pressure off to give the relief of the back pain.
I felt like I had a nap. Like that was so invigorating. I felt like, I mean, it also just, I love how it feels. It's so refreshing. It's so energizing.
It's energizing. Well, it's that
Wow,
extra.
I can't wait for you to try this. This can make such a big difference in your home. I want you to hear another testimonial from our friend Jim and hear what Jim has to say about his experience on the Teeter inversion table. Take a listen.
Pain was part of my life, and not doing the things I love became part of my life. My daughter stopped asking me to do anything anymore with her because it's always my back, my back. The Teeter comes along, and it's like the light bulb goes off in my brain. I felt my body completely stretch out. Life is great again because I can live it, because I can participate in it. Now that the Teeter's here, Jim is back! Jim is back, and they cannot stop me.
You kind of do feel like a superhero,
you don't.
right?
You do. And
You're
if you
like-
don't, come off the table and jump.
You might jump, and you might start water skiing. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
and-
tell us about the aging spine. So what happens as we age, and why is it even more important as we get older to maintain the health of our spine?
Well, you know, gravity does a number on us, and it's so powerful it changes our body shape over time. This figure is not gaining any weight, but he sure is changing body shape. Look at the height loss. And because he has the same mass, when you lose height, you bulge out in the center. A lot of that middle-age spread isn't weight gain, it's a compression wrinkle, or internal organs winning the race to the floor. As significant as the loss in figure is, the bigger deal actually is the height losses in the soft tissue of the joints. That's where your flexibility is, your shock absorption. You know, what would you be doing today if you had the youthful flexibility that you had, you know, a couple of decades ago? That's what we're shooting for. I mean,
Could be the youthful activities of your daily activities. It could be gardening. It could be golf. It could be tennis. It could be just walking with your children and your grandchildren. It could be just bending and stretching and reaching a little bit more easily. It could be getting back to work. It could be getting back into a fitness plan. What's keeping you back? If for any reason it's any of these indications, I just want to show that FDA page one more time. So in case you're tuning in and thinking, I wonder if this will work for me. Well, remember, this is an FDA cleared medical device that's indicated for these particular conditions: back pain, sciatica, spinal degeneration, joint disease, spinal curvature due to tight muscles, muscle tension. If you have any of those, or maybe you've got some of these other ones like a herniated disc, a degenerative disc disease, a spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, a muscle spasm. I don't know of any other medical device that is cleared for so many different types of back conditions
you know,
that can maybe help all of those.
You're absolutely correct, Sarah. In fact, it is interesting in that those 10 different back problems are caused by different things. So how can just one device and one application of that device deal with such a variety of problems? That's because Teeter deals with back pain 4 different ways. First of all, you elongate. You know, you decompress. That is a huge deal. You have a pinched nerve like sciatica, take the pressure off. You have a misalignment. When you take the pressure off and you move around, it'll realign itself. That's what the Army found out after 6.5 years of evaluation. Check out on the internet, U.S. Army and Inversion. You'll see a study where everybody in basic training at Fort Benning hung 5 minutes at the end of the day for 6.5 years to establish that point. You know, okay, it decompresses, it helps the realignment, and then it stretches and relaxes paraspinal muscles, and the fourth is it helps disc to rehydrate.
Let's go to Dr. Tons, because I want you to hear more from the medical community. There's a reason you're seeing this here at HSN, not for the first time, because you probably saw it in a doctor's office or a clinic or maybe with a physical therapist. Here's what the medical experts are saying about inversion therapy. Check it out.
The discs that sit here are like shock absorbers we have on the car. So when you get up in the morning, you may be 6'1". When you go to bed at night, you're actually about 6'1½". You lose 1/4 to 1/2 inch of height as these shock absorbers get squeezed and the water comes out of them. Then when you're asleep, they rehydrate. One of the advantages, I think, of Roger's device is that you can do this during the day too and give yourself kind of a break from the constant pressure on your back and on these shock absorbers to allow them to rehydrate by taking all the pressure off and letting them have some freedom. People that get on a standard routine and do it again and again do far better than people that go for 3 weeks of therapy and then re-injure again in a year, go for 3 weeks therapy. A daily routine, which is what Roger's recommending, I think is a very good way of getting your back in great shape so that as we stay vertical for our lives, we don't start breaking down later on.
You know, I hope you caught the 2 main points he said, and I hope you're listening to him, because he also is a nationally known doctor. He is the head of a senior orthopedic surgeon at a Trauma One Center in San Diego. And he said 2 things that I want to repeat. One is it's a maintenance program, a regular program of use of the Teeter. You know, 3 to 5 minutes every day is going to help keep that youthful function, that youthful flexibility. You're looking better in your clothes because your posture is better. You're moving more youthfully. And it's even going to help your flexibility. Get on the internet and check out Gulf and Inversion. You will be amazed at an independent study that showed the Teeter reduced the average strokes per game by 3 and a whole lot of other things. The other thing Dr. Tons mentioned is, again, these discs are your fluid fill shock absorbers. They're shock absorbers. All the flexibility and shock absorption in the spine is in the discs, but they're constantly changing their fluid content. You know, while you're sleeping, they're still not at 0 pressure. Remember, 25% still of standing body pressure, but they're at lower pressure. So they absorb moisture, and they are thicker in the morning. You are the tallest you're going to be all day. But as soon as you're upright, you're going to start losing height as these discs lose moisture. And when they lose moisture, this is a big deal, because when they get thinner, they control the size of the opening that the nerves come through. So a thin disc means a pinched nerve. That's sciatica. If it's a nerve that goes down your leg or in the shoulder, or if it's a nerve that goes to an organ, well, you know, it blocks or compromises communication between the brain and every other part of the body. You need to keep these nerves free and clear, and that only happens with a healthy, well-hydrated disc.
Spinal health is whole body health. Yeah. And it's got to start right there. You have to have that strong, fluid, and flexible foundation. We're going to go to the phones, Roger.
Oh, fantastic.
Hi there. You are live on HSN with Sarah and Roger Teeter and his family. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I'm calling from Tennessee.
Lisa, welcome to the show. Are you new to Teeter, or have you already tried an inversion table?
Well, I would call myself a plebe of 1 year.
Okay.
So that makes me feel younger. I am 50 years old, and Roger, I was hit by a car when I was 19.
Oh,
I was a pedestrian, and I knew nothing about the world, and I didn't even get help. But I was in a lot of pain, and I had to drop out of school for a semester, and then I went back to school, but suffered throughout my teaching career because my back was so bad. Sometimes I had to miss over a month of school because I was in the hospital.
wow.
Since having your table, I can tell you that I go to bed so relieved. It is amazing. I'm on no pharmaceuticals. I am a new person. I love it. And my daughter, who runs long distances, like for marathons, she's college aged. She uses it too. And it is the best thing, the best feeling, the best fantasy I ever felt about feeling since the 80s.
Wow.
I didn't know there was such a table, but I imagined a fantasy where I could not feel gravity. And you invented it. I don't know when, but I didn't get one of the earlier models. Unfortunately, we were too poor, although my husband was in medical school. And now I have the ultimate model, and I use it every day, and it makes such a difference.
Wow. Wow, that's, boy, you know, you are why I do this. At 81, I'm 81 this year. I don't need to do this for any other reason except your testimony. I want lives changed. I really, really appreciate your phone call.
And
well, I appreciate you. And even though I have a beautiful home, my living room has your equipment in it, and I don't care. I don't care if anybody likes it. I don't care what they think, because without it, I wouldn't be a good mother, a good teacher, a good wife. I wouldn't be a good human because my pain would be too horrible.
Wow.
Lisa, I want to ask you a question. What would you say to anyone watching who hasn't yet had a chance to try something like this? What would you say to them, Lisa?
Well, I would say to them, if you think you're in enough pain that you need this table, you need it. And you should get it, because if you don't, you will minimize the quality of your life by 100%. And that's all I can say, because I know if my daughter, who was in her 20s, her early 20s, were here, she would say the same thing. She's run in the Boston Marathon, the New York Marathon, and she gets some back pain, obviously, as most people would. She's 22, and I know, even though she thinks I am a mom and I'm not cool, that she would agree that this is a very cool.
It's pretty cool. Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you so much, and we are so thrilled to hear your story, and we're so glad you've had incredible results. Now, everyone's results will be slightly different, but I love that you placed your order with us and you had a chance to experience this with you and your daughter. Thank you so much. Let's talk about quality, because I know what you're thinking. There's no way I'm going upside down. I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe. This is the only inversion table of its kind that's FDA registered as a Class 1 medical device, and it's UL listed with a 5-year warranty. Let's talk about what the UL listing means.
That Underwriters Laboratory said when there's thousands of people, actually millions inverting, you know, we need to write a spec. They wrote a very tough spec, including 30,000 cycles for every function of the table under load. Look at that, that's 1,200 pounds. To have a rated for 300 pounds, it's got to hold 4 times that, 1,200 pounds. That's 300 pounds, has to cycle 30,000 times. You know, and you may think that's an overkill. No, it isn't. Lots of people like to rock back and forth 3 30, 40 times in a single session. You know, when you're rocking back, well, now, there, I want you to show this bar chart. This is one of the UL tests. You see that vertical line on the right with the writing? That's the UL stated, that's the goal. That's what it should be to be safe. That long blue line on top, that's us. We went 40,000 cycles. The UL said it's got to pass 30. We went 40. I did sit-ups on that table. It's totally structurally sound at 40,000 cycles. Look at the lookalikes, and they do look alike. You know, in fact, you can't, how in the world can there be that much difference? The difference is they use the wrong steel.
And the difference is also the quality and the history. This has been here at HSN for over 20 years. This is our #1 best-selling fitness product and brand. There's 4.8 stars. There's 327 reviews, incredible customer reviews on this model alone, and over 2.5 million sold here at HSN. So if you do one thing today, it's the only inversion table of its kind that has all those features, that has all the upgraded benefits, and is FDA cleared. It's a Class 1 medical device. The UL listing, which I think gives you great peace of mind, with the 5-year warranty, and it's 85% assembled. The best time to shop is today. While they're here, while they're on air at HSN, you get $120 off your regular price. You also get monthly payments. So if you're like, you know what, I think I could do this. If you can do $55 a month for the next 6 months, spread this out on your major credit card of choice, and we'll get you started. You don't have to wait 6 months to get it. We're gonna ship it to you right away so you can start experiencing the benefits of inversion. So take just a moment today to place your order over the phone or online. You could be our next testimonial. You could be our next Lisa, who we just spoke to. And we're gonna go back to the phones.
Oh, fantastic.
And we're gonna say hi to our next caller. Welcome to HSN. You're live with Sarah and Roger. What's your name and where you calling from? Hi there. Hi, you're live on HSN.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We're
Great,
doing
super.
great.
We can hear you just fine.
What's your name?
Oh, great. Yeah, my name is Joe. I live in Mays Landing, New Jersey. And my wife and I, Louise, we bought your unit, the EP-970. We received it the end of July of 18, and we love it. Everything you say, Roger, is 100% true. We were out in the yard doing yard work for a couple hours, and we used it today. And I invert 3 minutes in the morning and 3 minutes in the afternoon. And my wife is 78 and I'm 66, and it's great money. I mean, the money that we spent on it was great.
Yeah. And what would you say, Joe, to anyone watching who is thinking, I don't know if I should do it or not, I'm kind of on the fence. What would you suggest?
I would say order it today. It'll be the best money you ever spent. And the flex pay is absolutely true and honest. The $54.99 for the 6 months is what we did. It's a well-made unit. We had a cheaper unit that we gave away. That we had it before, but this, the way it pads your feet and it tightens on your ankles, it's a great unit. I love it.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Thanks so much for calling in, Joe.
Well, thank you so much, Roger, and I really appreciate it. We love your unit.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I hope you and your wife continue to do some more gardening. But think about it. These are the everyday activities that take a little wear and tear on our spine. And we're going to head over and join the rest of the gang over here. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've got about 10 minutes left. Roger Teeter is here. He is the creator, the co-founder of Teeter and their incredible inversion tables. His daughter, Riley, is now vice president of the company. And when she's not upside down, she's giving all of us great advice on all the latest and incredible upgrades. This is your most recent model. It's your most upgraded model.
Yes, exactly. We've been doing this 38 years. This has over 100 upgrades. This has got everything you could want in a table, the easy reach handle, the very comfortable ankle cups that the caller was just discussing that keep you comfortable and secure. But I've got some great upgrades on the table that you can get to customize your experience. So #1 is this vibration cushion. So much of this is about relieving back pain and getting those body benefits